What's up, YouTube? What's up, Extreme Gains family? I'm Chuck. This is Extreme Gains. I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I say is or ever will be financial advice. Please do not take it as such. Today is Sunday, August 7th, 2022, and this is my Amc Gme and SPY Algo exposed weekly update and preparation video for tomorrow and beyond. As always, I hope y'all had a great day in the market on both Thursday and Friday. The last time we saw each other was Wednesday night. I hope you missed me. I missed y'all. I hope y'all were able to take advantage of both of the days and the volatility within them and make some extreme gains for yourselves. I'm going to go over all my regulars, my snake Algo method for all three tickers, and some macro comparatives. So with all of that said, let's dig in. Real quick, my extreme gains from both Thursday and Friday from my scalp setups on the 7 tickers that I set up every single day. On Thursday, they provided 11 entries from trigger, the highest ROI being 120%. I had a second one at 120%, a third one at 115%, and then from 60% down to 30% to round out that list. And then on Friday, they provided 14 entries from trigger, the highest ROI being 275%. 3 of them at 100%, and then from 40% down to 15% to round out that list for the day and for the week. It was an unbelievable end to another unbelievable week, not only for myself, but for the Extreme Gains Discord family. They absolutely annihilated the market once again last week. Specifically on Friday was unbelievable. Congrats to all of you. As always, it is well deserved. I did post something up on Twitter about the gains. Go check that out from current Discord members that they posted and shared with us. So check that out. That is exactly what I mean when I say hashtag everyone eats. And I hope all y'all out here in YouTube land in our extended family were able to do something similar and make some extreme gains for yourselves. Moving on to the charts. Currently on your screen is AMC and my current intra-week snake. AMC finished the day on Friday up 18.86%, then up an additional 1.22% in after hours, ending the week trading at 22.45. The current intra-week snake was the snake that's been on here since prior to last week, that projected most of all of last week candle for candle, and you can see we raked down out after earnings or at earnings on Thursday after market close, and then we bounced, put that compressed compact W in after the third hit and the box top formation back down, and to converge back up with the current intra-week snake in its straight up position. So you can see if it continues to stay in that position, what the projection is from it moving forward into tomorrow and beyond if price action continues to fulfill it. However, in an attempt to stay out in front of this thing, if that should have been considered a diversion, I did clip a new day of and day prior to for potential new upcoming intra-week snake. The day prior to would have been Thursday. So here is that clip after the indicator, and you can see what the projection is from it moving forward into tomorrow and beyond if price action were to continue to fulfill it. Then the day of, which would have been Friday, and its clip after the indicator, and you can see what the projection is from it moving forward into tomorrow and beyond if price action were to continue to fulfill it. All 3 of them on here, I want you to see that. This is what I will be looking at for characteristics of movements going into specifically tomorrow to identify potentially which one we are following, whether we're still running the current intra-week snake or whether we've picked up a new one and I need to reel this back in and clean it up for a new intra-week snake to take over. Obviously, if we continue to fulfill the current snake that's on here, the blue one, I will not be clipping new snakes. These will both be invalidated tomorrow, and I'll be clipping a new one when and if price action fulfills this to its expiry. So that is everything that I am looking for with AMC from an intra-week snake perspective moving into tomorrow specifically and beyond. The macro comparatives for AMC. Most recently, I've only been looking at the one, but previously I had been looking at two, and I'm going to bring that one back out and show you here. The two of them that I've been looking at are from the previous double bottom right next door here and the giant W formation prior to the June run-up. The one currently on your screen, the red one, is from the previous bottom right next door. I looked at this in two placements. This is obviously the first one. You can see the continued fulfillment of that in its position, and you can see moving forward into tomorrow and beyond what the projection is from it if price action were to continue to fulfill it. The second position of that would be to pull this down here to where the ascending level of support or the ascending level of consolidation here is no longer coming out of the bottom here. It's right there at the check down on the way up. And you can see the continued right there. The continued fulfillment of it as well. It looks like it potentially mirrored that first portion of it. And then it ran this wick up the middle. And you can see moving forward into tomorrow and beyond what the projection is from it if price action were to continue fulfilling it. Then I want to bring back the pre-June macro fractal and want you to see it. That macro comparative that we had previously looked at, I did get a chance to reevaluate this a little bit, and I do believe this position of it could be relevant right now. Obviously, minus the rake down, but the convergence back with it, and you can see the previous projection and fulfillment in the straight up position, minus this invert mirrored part of it here, obviously, and you can see what the projection from it would be moving forward into tomorrow and beyond if price action were to continue to fulfill it. And that is everything that I am looking at with AMC moving into tomorrow and beyond. Up next is GME. GME finished the day on Friday up 4.33%, up an additional 0.08% in after hours, ending the week trading at 40.05. The current intra-week snakes are what are on your screen. The green is the day of divergence. The red is the day prior to. They have both been projecting and fulfilling for quite some time now. You can see, obviously, we are starting to get away from the day prior to a little bit where it was projecting a rejection and back downside. We have not gotten that yet. I do believe it's still valid right now. Obviously, if we were to reject off of the 40.25 and then come back downside, I would never blink an eye at it in hindsight. So I am going to leave it valid and on my chart for the time being, but you can see what the projection is from both of them separately moving into tomorrow and beyond if price action were to continue to fulfill one of them. Then the macro comparative for GME, like AMC, is from the previous double bottom right next door. And I have looked at this in both the straight up and the mirrored position. In the mirrored position is what I used for the majority of the projection of this current price action in our most recent history. And you can see its integrity of projection leading up to where we're at now. And you can see that we obviously mirrored this upside projection in a downside manner. And I talked about this price action potentially converging back with it and then rejecting and heading back downside. So in the mirrored position, you can see that that's still what it's projecting and what the projection is from it if price action were to continue to fulfill it. However, I did discuss with you a level changed bottom where I recognized price action fulfilling from this peak, fulfilling this projection almost candle for candle down into this bottom. Therefore, this price leveled changed bottom above the ascending level of support for a continuation to upside movement and a bounce off of that. Since that peak and that recognition of that, we have continued to fulfill this thing in that position almost candle for candle. You can see moving forward into tomorrow and beyond what the projection is from it if price action were to continue to fulfill it. And that is everything I have for GME. Last but not least is SPY. SPY finished the day on Friday down 0.17%, down an additional 0.13% in after hours, ending the week trading at 12.95. Now the current intra-week snakes, both the day of the green and the day prior to the red, we have been tracking. Here is the day prior to the previous divergence. You can see the previous integrity of fulfillment and where that leaves us now, continuing to fulfill this. You can see moving forward into tomorrow and beyond what the projection is from it if price action were to continue to fulfill it. Then the day of divergence is the green, and you can see that it likewise has continuously fulfilled its projection, and you can see where we're at within that and what the projection is from it moving forward into tomorrow and beyond if price action were to continue to fulfill it. Here are both of them on there for you to see. It does look like a divergence coming up between the two of them if price action were to continue to fulfill one of them. Then I told you I would reevaluate the macro comparative from the 08-09 correction and crash, and I did that. So here is that macro comparative once again, and after reevaluation, this is what I have come up with for a position of it. You can see obviously the integrity of fulfillment in previous price action and where that leads us now. You can see that in this right there position, what the fulfillment has been and what it may look like as a projection moving forward into tomorrow and beyond if price action were to continue to fulfill it. I also have talked to you guys about what I called the cuckoo kachoo macro comparative. It's from crash to crash leading up to, from the 08-09 crash leading up to the 2020 crash, and then from the 2020 crash placed up until current time, and it shows a breach back upside this macro W formation, then a breach of the macro neckline back upside for eventual all-time highs. I spoke to you about the level in which I am looking at. It's this macro neckline at around 419 or 420 to the upside. If that were to breach to the upside over that level, I will bring that macro comparative back out and we will start looking at it and tracking it as well. Other than that, that is everything that I am looking at with AMC, GME, and SPY moving into tomorrow and beyond. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. I will get an update and prep video out tomorrow night after market close. We'll be live streaming again, or at least attempting to live stream again this Wednesday from market open to market close. Make sure you write that down. Don't forget about that. I'll remind you in the video tomorrow night as well. Good luck in the markets tomorrow. Make some extreme gains for yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I will talk to you all tomorrow night on the next one. Take care. Later.